The lawyer's office smelled like old paper and expensive cologne. My sister Victoria sat across the mahogany table, her engagement ring catching the afternoon light. She'd been flashing it constantly since we arrived. As executor of your father's estate, Mr. Patterson adjusted his reading glasses. I'm here to clarify the distribution. The total estate value is $480,000. Per the will, this divides equally between both daughters. Victoria's smile vanished. Equally? That can't be right. $240,000 each, Patterson continued. However, Miss Victoria, your father noted concerns about the wedding expenses you discussed with him before his passing. My sister's face flushed. Dad understood. A proper wedding at the Belmont estate costs money. The venue alone is $85,000. Victoria, I said quietly, that's your entire portion right there. Don't start. She turned to Patterson. My father wanted me to have a beautiful wedding. He said so. He also wanted both daughters provided for. Patterson replied. The will is clear. Victoria grabbed her purse. This isn't over. Dad would want me to have what I need. She stormed out, leaving her copy of the will on the table. I stayed to sign paperwork. Patterson handed me forms, his expression neutral. Your sister seems quite determined. She always has been. I collected the documents. Thank you for your time. Walking to my car, I noticed Victoria's Mercedes still in the lot. She sat in the driver's seat, phone pressed to her ear, gesturing wildly, probably calling our mother. My phone rang that evening. Mom's voice was tight. Victoria is devastated. You know how important this wedding is. It's Dad's will, Mom. I didn't write it, but you could be generous. You have your job. She needs this. I worked at Regional Medical Center. Mom assumed I was in administration somewhere, filing paperwork, attending meetings. I'd never corrected the assumption. My parents had been so focused on Victoria, her pageants, her sorority, her engagement to a dental equipment sales rep, that my career had been background noise. The will divides it equally. I said, you're being selfish. Mom hung up. 3 days later, Victoria appeared at my house. I lived in a modest 2-story in a quiet neighborhood. Nothing flashy. The mortgage was paid off, but Victoria didn't know that. We need to talk. She pushed past me into the foyer. Her fiancé Derek followed, looking uncomfortable. Vic, maybe we should. No. She spun to face me. I've done the math. The Belmont estate, the photographer I want, the dress, the flowers. It's $340,000 total. I need your portion. That's my inheritance, Victoria. You don't need it. You work at a hospital doing whatever boring administrative thing you do. I need this wedding. Derek's parents are expecting something spectacular. Derek shifted. Actually, Vic, my parents said, Derek, please. Victoria's eyes stayed locked on mine. Sign over your portion. Dad would have wanted this. No. Her face contorted. You selfish bitch, you've always been jealous of me. I think you should leave. Fine. But this isn't finished. She grabbed Derek's arm and dragged him out. The call started immediately. Mom. Aunt Linda. Cousins I hadn't spoken to in years. All telling me to be reasonable, and think of family. I didn't answer. 2 weeks later, I was reviewing quarterly budget reports in my home office, when the doorbell rang. Victoria stood on my porch, makeup streaked, hair disheveled. The venue is going to give my date away. She sobbed. I need the deposit by Friday. Please. Victoria, I can't. You can. She pushed inside. You're sitting on $240,000 you don't even need. It's not about need. It's about what Dad intended. Dad's dead. Her voice cracked. He's not here, but I am. Your only sister. Begging you. Something in her eyes made me step back. A wildness I'd never seen. I'm sorry, but no. The sob cut off instantly. Her expression went cold. You're going to regret this. Victoria. She turned and walked out, slamming the door hard enough to rattle the frame. That night, I couldn't shake the unease. I checked my security cameras before bed. Everything looked normal. The next afternoon, I was carrying laundry up from the basement. The concrete stairs leading down were steep. 15 steps total, original to the 1960s construction. I'd been meaning to add a railing on the open side, but hadn't gotten around to it. I reached the top step, laundry basket balanced on my hip. The inheritance is mine. Victoria's scream came from directly behind me. I started to turn. Hands slammed between my shoulder blades. The basket flew. I pitched forward, into empty air. My hip hit step 3. Wrong angle. I tumbled. Step 5. My head cracked against concrete. Stars exploded. Step 7. Shoulder impact. Something popped. Step 9. Head again, left side this time. Warm blood in my hair. Step 11. Ribs on the edge, couldn't breathe. Step 13. Skull met concrete with a sound like a breaking egg. Step 15. Final impact. My spine compressed, legs went numb. I lay crumpled at the bottom, face against cold concrete. Couldn't move, couldn't feel anything below my waist. Get up. Victoria's voice from above. Stop faking. I tried to speak. Blood filled my mouth. Vic, oh my God, I think she's really hurt. Derek's voice, panicked. She's fine. She's just trying to make me feel guilty. Footsteps on the stairs. Derek's face appeared in my limited vision. She's bleeding from her head. A lot. We should go. Victoria. We can't just leave her. Watch me. Victoria. No. The front door slammed. I heard Derek's phone. 911. What's your emergency? His hand touched my shoulder. Don't move. They're coming. Everything went gray at the edges. Sirens. Voices. Hands immobilizing my neck. Female, approximately late 30s. Fall from height. Multiple head trauma visible. Patient non-responsive to pain stimuli in lower extremities. The ambulance ride was fragmented. Lights. Radio chatter. Pressure cuff squeezing. Trauma activation. ATA 4 minutes. Regional Medical Center. My hospital. The ER doors flew open. Organized chaos. Trauma Bay 2. Let's move. Hands transferred me to a hardboard. Ceiling lights streaked past. On my count. 1 2 3. A different table. Warmer. Lights brighter. Scissors cut through my clothes. Pupils equal and reactive. GCS 12. Obvious skull hematoma. Left parietal. Get portable X-ray and activate CT. A familiar voice. Wait, that's Dr. Morrison. The room went silent for 3 seconds. It's the CEO, someone whispered. The energy shifted. More staff appeared. Page neurosurgery stat. I want ortho spine down here now. Someone called Dr. Patel. Jennifer Kim, my chief medical officer, appeared at the bedside. What happened? I managed to whisper. Sister pushed me. Her expression hardened. Get security footage from her home. Contact police immediately. The CT scanner was cold. The machine whirred around my head. Back in the trauma bay, Dr. Patel reviewed scans on the monitor. Compression fracture T7. Hairline fracture L3. Spinal canal narrowing at T7. And this, he pointed at another image. Skull fracture. Left parietal. Subdural hematoma. Small but present. Assault related. The police officer asked. Notebook ready. Absolutely. Patel said. Multiple impact points. Consistent with tumbling downstairs. Pattern indicates forceful push from behind. Jennifer stood beside the officer. We have security footage from the CEO's home system. It uploads to cloud automatically. They played it on a tablet. The angle showed Victoria entering frame. Moving behind me, arms extending. The violent shove. My body tumbling down. Head impacts clearly visible. At steps 5, 9 and 13. Victoria's voice on the audio. Get up. Stop faking. The officer's jaw tightened. I'll need a copy of that. Already sent to your department. Jennifer said. Dr. Patel positioned himself where I could see him without moving. You're going to surgery in an hour. We need to stabilize the T7 fracture. The hematoma we're monitoring. But the spine can't wait. I nodded slightly. The MRI results are being distributed now. Jennifer added. Board protocol for executive injury. Within 30 minutes, my phone in the belongings bag started buzzing continuously. The 12 board members receiving the automated notification. Board Chair Thomas Chen called Jennifer directly. I'm looking at CEO Morrison's MRI. This says assault-related fracture. Her sister pushed her down a concrete staircase. Jennifer said. Police are issuing a warrant now. All 12 board members need to convene immediately. In my house, Victoria was packing the last of the laundry she'd scattered. Derek stood in the doorway. We need to leave, she said. Before she calls someone. Victoria, you pushed her down the stairs. She fell. She's clumsy. I saw you. The cameras saw you. What cameras? Derek pointed at the small dome in the corner. Those cameras. Victoria's face drained of color. Police cars pulled up outside. Detective Morris knocked. Derek opened it. We have a warrant for Victoria Brennan's arrest. Victoria backed away. This is insane. My sister fell. We have security footage showing you pushing her. Your voice is recorded on audio. The victim identified you before surgery. Surgery she's faking. She has a fractured skull and 2 vertebrae fractures. She's in emergency spinal surgery right now. Morris gestured to his partner. Victoria Brennan, you're under arrest for aggravated assault, causing bodily harm. The handcuffs clicked. This is because of the money. Victoria screamed. She's getting revenge. Ma'am, she's the CEO of Regional Medical Center. I don't think she needs your father's $240,000. Victoria stopped struggling. CEO, she works in billing. She runs the entire hospital system, ma'am. In the patrol car, Victoria finally understood. The sister she'd dismissed as a paper pusher controlled a $300 million healthcare operation. The woman she tried to kill for wedding money had 12 board members, 300 physicians, and 2,000 staff members who'd just seen her MRI. The board meeting convened in the hospital conference room at 8 p.m. Thomas Chen addressed the group. We've all reviewed the medical imaging. Our CEO sustained multiple traumatic injuries in an assault by her sister. The police have video evidence. This is now a criminal matter. Board member Patricia Walsh spoke. What's our institutional response? Full support for Dr. Morrison, Jennifer said. Legal team is already coordinating with the district attorney. We're pursuing maximum charges. Agreed, Chen said. All in favor. 12 hands raised. Victoria's bail hearing was the next morning. The prosecutor presented the evidence. Security footage, medical records showing skull and spine fractures. The recorded audio. Derek's eyewitness statement. The victim is a prominent physician and hospital CEO, the prosecutor added. The defendant attacked her over an inheritance dispute involving wedding expenses. The judge set bail at $150,000. Victoria couldn't make it. She'd spent her inheritance portion on wedding deposits, now all forfeited with the cancellation. She called mom from jail. I need bail money. I don't have $150,000, Victoria. Call her, make her drop the charges. Your sister is in a hospital bed with a fractured skull. What did you think would happen? Derek broke off the engagement that afternoon via text. I woke from surgery in ICU. Jennifer sat beside the bed. Surgery went well, she said. Patel stabilized T7. The hematoma is resolving. You'll need 8 weeks recovery. Physical therapy for the spine. Victoria arrested. The DA is charging aggravated assault causing bodily harm. Given your injuries and the video evidence, they're considering attempted murder enhancement. My phone, now on the bedside table, showed 47 missed calls. All 12 board members. The executive team, department heads, staff I'd worked with for 15 years. Thomas Chen visited that evening. The board voted unanimously. Full institutional support. Legal team at your disposal. And we're fast-tracking the security improvements you proposed last quarter. Thank you. He squeezed my hand. You built this place into what it is. We're not letting this stand. The inheritance was automatically frozen pending the criminal investigation. The estate attorney filed an emergency motion. Victoria's actions constituted grounds for disinheritance under state law. She'd wanted $480,000 for a wedding. Instead, she faced 3 to 10 years in prison, $200,000 in legal fees her public defender couldn't prevent, and a felony record that would follow her forever. The MRI images that reached 12 board members became evidence exhibits A through F in her trial. I spent 8 weeks in recovery, reading the updates. Victoria rejected a plea deal, insisting I'd fallen accidentally. The jury watched the security footage. They deliberated 90 minutes. Guilty on all counts. Sentencing was scheduled for March. I returned to work in January, walking with a cane from the spinal injury. The staff gave me a standing ovation. My first board meeting back, Thomas presented the final inheritance resolution. Victoria's portion was forfeited. The full $480,000 came to me. "What will you do with it?" he asked. I thought of those concrete stairs. Donate it to the hospital's trauma center for patients whose families actually show up. The board approved unanimously. Victoria sent one letter from prison. "I just wanted my dream wedding. Was that so wrong?" I didn't respond. Some dreams aren't worth the fall.